I really didn't want to do this video, but just all the yelling and all the complaining is just, well, it's kind of funny. If you want to know what I'm talking about, read the video description. But as you all heard, well, yeah, as you know, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and I grew up on the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle craze back when it was really, really ridiculously a big deal. So, yeah, I'm among all those other people that was somewhat shocked when Michael Bay, the guy who clusterfucked the Transformers film and is now going to be doing another one, minus hold on, Shia LaBeouf. I guess he was either he didn't want to play in any more movies, or try to get back whatever self-respect he had, or due to the fact that he literally bad-mouthed the last four films he's been in, starting from Indiana Jones and Crystal Skulls to pretty much all the Transformers films. I'm not joking. He really did bad-mouth them. Or maybe he just, bad-mouthed Transformers 2 along with Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull. Yeah, they weren't really good films, anyways. But, anyways, the conversation at hand. Bay saying that he was going to make the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and then he gets up and makes this big fucking announcement. And he probably said one of the most stupidest shit that anybody has ever said. What did he say? And this is what got a lot of fans pretty upset. As for me, I already know it's a clusterfuck. But anyways, he says he's going to get rid of the mutant parts and replace it with alien. Instead, it will be Teenage Alien Ninja Turtles, and he's just gonna call it the Turtles. But yeah, they would be aliens and they would be hipped. I already know this is a bad idea. Anybody with a fucking half a brain knows it's a bad idea. And I don't know what the fuck's going on with Bay. And yeah, of course I disagree with him. Is he raping everybody's childhood? Unfortunately, a whole host of films that were based on past experiences, starting from X-Men 3, have already done that. In fact, the X-Men franchise, especially in the Uncanny X-Men comic books, are pretty much almost dead in sales, and it's pretty much because the X-Men comics follow the movie. And of course, they continued it on Wolverine and so forth. I mean, fine, the Paramount Marvel movies are fine, and of course, the upcoming Avengers movie, we'll wait to see that. Most likely, it's going to be a big mega hit, and everybody will love it. But then again, it will be directed by Josh Whedon, so you can't argue with Josh Whedon fans. There's no fucking way you can argue with them. They are all batshit crazy. But this is just what the fuck. And then he, released a letter telling everybody in not so many words to kindly shut the fuck up. I'm not going to read out what he said because I think everybody by now has already read, but Michael Bay's reply was. And yeah, it was basically to tell them all to shut the fuck up. He can do whatever he wants to the movie. He's the creator. He can create whatever he wants, even though he didn't create the franchise. But the problem is that there's something that most of you don't know. His new approach idea is not brand new. It is not an original idea. In fact, that idea has been done before. What am I talking about? Well, the first series started in 1987 and ended in 1996. Right then, Marvel, yeah, Marvel, or Marvel Productions, which would later end up being separated and then bought by Sinbad Entertainment, which would be bought by Disney, and then later Marvel Comics would be bought by Disney. It came up with their own idea of how to cash in on the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And by the way, what's really funny was that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was originally approached to a couple other comic book companies, one of which was Marvel Comics, and of course they turned them down. I think that's what happened. I don't know. But anyways, they wanted to cash in on the franchise after the series had ended, or at least on that exact year. So they had to come up with something. Steps in Rick Unger. And Rick Unger had a great idea. Taking the whole concept of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And by the way, the series worked for I think about 3 or 4 seasons, and it was later remade in 2007 as a continuation from the previous one, but failed to catch on the fan base. But his idea was A, turn them into aliens. B, turn them into mice. C, get rid of the Michelangelo character. And then D, give them all badass bikes and put them on the planet Mars. Yeah, I'm talking about biker mice from Mars. And they pretty much, just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was self-explanatory in the title, biker mice from Mars pretty much had the same titling exactly, and the characters pretty much followed the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was almost incredibly close. And to just add salt to the wound, the original voice of Raphael became the voice of one of the biker mice. So yeah, Michael Bay's not being fucking original, not by a fucking long shot. See ya.